Money can't buy happiness. You've heard it 1,000 times. Maybe from a parent, a teacher, or that one friend who insists that the best things in life are free. The phrase shows up everywhere. On motivational posters, in movies, maybe even on your social media feed, sandwiched between photos of tropical vacations and luxury cars. It's a comforting idea, isn't it? That joy and fulfillment aren't reserved for the rich. That, in some cosmic sense, we're all on a level playing field when it comes to happiness. But what if that's not the full story? What if the data tells us something a little different? Today, we're going beyond the quote. We'll pull apart the numbers, the science, and the stories behind this age-old belief. By the end, you might see both money and happiness in a whole new light. Let's pause for a second and ask, why do we cling so tightly to the idea that money can't buy happiness? Part of it is reassurance. If happiness isn't about wealth, then maybe we're not missing out. Maybe contentment is within reach, no matter our bank balance. It's a shield against envy, a way to make sense of a world where some have so much more than others. And there's truth here. Money can't mend a broken heart or guarantee trust or fill the void of loneliness. But we should be careful not to let comforting quotes blind us to reality. Because, spoiler alert, the relationship between money and happiness is more complicated and more interesting than we're usually told. Let's dive into the science. In 2010, two famous researchers, Daniel Kahneman and Angus Deaton, dropped a bombshell study that made headlines around the world. By analyzing Gallup survey data from hundreds of thousands of Americans, they found that happiness does rise with income, but only up to about $75,000 a year. After that, more money didn't seem to make much difference to people's day-to-day emotional well-being. The message? Money helps, but only to a point. This $75,000 number became legendary, cemented in pop culture, cited in arguments, and even used by companies to justify salary caps. But here's where things get interesting. Fast forward to 2021. Matthew Killingsworth, a psychologist at the University of Pennsylvania, took a fresh look, using real-time happiness tracking from tens of thousands of people. His results? Happiness keeps rising with income, even well beyond $75,000. There's no clear plateau, not at $80,000, not at $150,000, not even at $200,000. The more people earned, the happier they tended to report feeling. So which is it? Can money buy happiness or not? The answer lies in the details. First, let's clarify what these studies are actually measuring. Kahneman and Deaton looked at two forms of happiness: emotional well-being, how you feel day to day, and life evaluation, how you rate your life overall. They found that while emotional well-being plateaued around $75,000, life evaluation kept rising. Killingsworth, meanwhile, measured both and found both kept climbing with income. So the relationship is real, but it's not as simple as a single cutoff. Let's zoom out even further. OECD and World Bank data, spanning dozens of countries, show a powerful link between national income and life satisfaction. People in wealthier countries report higher average well-being than those in poorer nations. The trend isn't perfect, but it's unmistakable. Yes, money matters. But why? The key isn't luxury or status. It's relief. Relief from stress, from anxiety, from feeling trapped. Imagine a scale. On one side, a heavy load of bills, emergencies, and uncertainty. On the other, the lightness of knowing you can cover rent, buy groceries, handle a sudden car repair, or afford decent health care. Money may not buy happiness outright, but it buys freedom from the misery of financial insecurity. Think of someone scraping by, paycheck to paycheck. The stress is constant, a background hum that never switches off. Studies show that financial strain erodes mental health, strains relationships, and even shortens lifespans. Give that person a raise, a safety net, a sense of control over their future, and something remarkable happens. Their happiness rises, often dramatically. This isn't about luxury yachts or diamond watches. Most of the happiness that money can buy comes from reducing pain, not chasing pleasure. It's the difference between worrying about the next meal and planning your next vacation. Between skipping the doctor because of cost and getting the care you need. Between feeling helpless and feeling empowered. But here's where we test the limits. Money's magic isn't infinite. Enter hedonic adaptation, the tendency of humans to get used to almost anything, good or bad. Buy a new car, move to a bigger house, treat yourself to a fancy dinner, and yes, you'll get a happiness boost. But over time, those new pleasures become the new normal, and the satisfaction fades. We start to chase the next high, the next purchase, and the cycle continues. This is the trap of empty consumerism. The data shows that spending on experiences, travel, learning, time with friends, brings more lasting joy than buying stuff. But even here, the effect isn't limitless. More money can buy more options, but it can't guarantee meaning. And let's not forget inequality. It's not just how much you have, but how much you have compared to those around you. Studies reveal that rising income inequality can erode trust, fuel resentment, and undermine social cohesion, even in wealthy societies. When the gap between rich and poor grows too wide, everyone's happiness suffers. So where does all this leave us? Money is a tool, a powerful one, for building a foundation of happiness. It can buy security, health, and freedom of choice. It can lift people out of poverty, relieve daily stress, and open doors to opportunity. But it's not a magic spell. Beyond a certain point, more money brings diminishing returns. And it can never replace the deeper sources of fulfillment: meaningful work, close relationships, a sense of purpose. The truth is, money can buy a bed, but not sleep. It can buy a house, but not a home. It can buy comfort, but not contentment. That's not just a cliche, it's what decades of research and millions of lives have shown. So next time you hear, "money can't buy happiness," remember, it's half true and half a myth. Use money wisely to build stability and freedom. But don't forget to invest in what really matters: connection, growth, kindness, and meaning. Now I want to hear from you. What's a quote, a belief, or a mystery you want us to explore next? Drop your ideas in the comments below. If you found this thought-provoking, please like this video and subscribe to Beyond the Quote. That way, you'll never miss a new episode, and together we can keep digging deeper. Thanks for watching, and remember, happiness isn't bought or sold, it's built, one choice at a time.